he gonna cut you. Hi, my mockingbirds. This is not my normal drink. It's smoothie and whiskey. It's the only thing I had. The only mixer I had. So it's not bad. It's not great. I am excited. I'm gonna put it over here now. And subscribe. I like doing these videos, whatever. I'm gonna just jump right into it. This book is super problematic. We are doing Beauty and the Beast, but obviously not the Disney version. I'm assuming it's in public domain. I don't know if Beauty and the Beast is like a tale or something. Beauty and the Beast, the Disney version, has some problematic elements, such as Stockholm Syndrome, falling in love with an animal, Gaston being misogynistic. There's a lot of issues, but it's a classic, whatever. This could have been an opportunity to, maybe fix those issues. But I think they created more issues. Off the bat, Belle is giving me Bratz vibes. I know those aren't, in anymore, but those Bratz dolls with, the super big eyes and all the makeup. Belle was supposed to be, a natural beauty. And coming from someone who does a cat eye, this is not natural. I'm not saying, I wear makeup. I'm not saying anything against his makeup, but whatever. Trying to not think about the Disney version, it's gonna be hard, but this is not Disney Beauty and the Beast. So basically, they kind of start off normal, she's beautiful, she likes to read, she wants adventure, blah, blah, blah. And then instead of taking on the inventor thing, her dad is just poor. It's pre-revolutionary France, so I guess everyone's poor. But he's like me, I'm poor. So he went into the city to get work, but I'm sorry, but he maybe we'll address this at the end, but you gotta old him up a little bit because he does not look like her dad, especially in this picture. Moving on. So he lost his way in the forest, same tale. Oh, and he's like, hey, do you want anything? And she's like, I don't want to be a bother. So just give me the prettiest rose ever. And he's just kind of I'm not going anywhere where roses are going to be readily available. I'm going to the city for work, but okay, I guess I'll get you a rose for some reason. And so he's in the rain and he stumbled upon this castle and was like, hey, look, there's a pretty rose. Let me pick it. But I'm sorry, but this is kind of a dead giveaway that maybe you shouldn't be picking a rose in this person's house because he gonna cut you. And then suddenly he appeared. Woo! This stance does not make him look scary, but he looks like, hey, what you doing here? And he's like, don't pick my roses. And he's like, how dare you steal from me? And he's like, I didn't mean to steal. It was a gift for my daughter. Please let me go. And he's like, okay, I'll let you go. Whoa. I just said don't steal from me. I'm not gonna take you prisoner or anything. That's a little extreme. Just please don't pick my roses. But he just is like, I'll let you go if you promise to send your daughter to me. It's that's kind of a weird ask. If you need to call the police, I get it, I guess. I'm just picking a rose. I didn't mean to, but I'm not sending my daughter to you, like, I'll give you back the rose. But no, the dad goes home and was afraid that his daughter would be upset due to the promise that he made to a wild animal that he would send his daughter to him to get out of trouble. And she said yes. She said yes because it sounded like an adventure. She said yes to be held prisoner by a wild animal because it sounded fun. Okay, so we're trying to separate from the Disney version, but like, at least in the Disney version, the dad didn't know that she was coming to save him, and was like, no, like, don't take my place. You cannot take my place. I love you. You have your whole entire life ahead of you. Like, just don't, like, I'm okay. I'm done. I'm sick. I'm dying. Just go. But she was like, no, you can get better, and like took his place. We all know the story. This dude took the rose. There was no indication of being held prisoner. Literally, he's like, oh, like, don't take me, I'll give you my daughter. Like, he was totally okay with it. He didn't even need any persuading. It was like instant. I feel like he probably offered it. Like, I think he suggested, like, I'll give you my daughter. Just like, let's not get the police involved. Let's not get, like, I'll give you my daughter. Call it good. Cool? But I get to keep the rose, right? Yeah, I can keep the rose if you have my daughter. Cool. And like, at that point, like, you're home with your daughter. This beast doesn't know where you live. Like, you're in the clear, dude. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, yeah, maybe you'll have a wild animal, like, on your tail, but like, you could move. You could probably get, the people against him. Ugh, this is like really gross. He's not even the king. Like, in this book, they don't even, like, say that he's, like, was the prince of the land and, like, knows where people live. He's just in some random castle. So anyways, she arrived to the castle. He looked scary, but she just thought he was lonely. How many mistakes started because you thought he looked lonely? Am I right, women? I'm just, not a funny joke. And then, like, going back to the beast, like... Like, what? This isn't even like a painting. It's just like his head on the doorway. And like, what? So like, there's no pictures of him as a person. He seems to like his beast form more, which I mean, like, beast mode, like, totally. If you're like, don't want to be a beast, why would you hang up even more terrifying pictures of you? So anyways, he like showed his castle, let her through, like, showed her the library, blah, blah, blah. Like, in the Disney version, she's his prisoner, but this, he's like, hey, like, can we just, like, hang out? I really wasn't gonna take your dad in. He literally offered you up in a second. And I was just like, yeah, I am lonely. And so I was kind of like, yeah, if you want her to come over to hang out with me, that would be cool. So basically, he's like, dude, this is your room if you, like, want to stay over. This is, like, we can read together. Like, this is just kind of like, if you want to hang out or whatever. And he, like, picked her roses. They danced every night. Like, there was no, like, refinement like there was in Disney, like, of her learning to love him. He's just like a totally cool dude. Like, I like to read, I like to dance, and like, I just have this big castle that I'm living by myself, and I would like a friend. She grew to care for the beast, which is great. And then it said she had never been so happy. What? Like, okay, I get it, like, maybe you were bored and wanted adventure, but you're not having adventure here, too. You're just doing the same that you were doing at your house. Like, how poorly did your dad treat you? Like, she had never been so happy. Yeah, I would be, like, pissed. Like, Dad, you traded me for a rose. Like, you didn't even put up a fight. Like, what the heck, dude? So anyways, they were falling in love, and but she missed her dad for some reason. And the Beast was like, here's a magic ring, because you can't use a magic mirror because that's too close to Disney. If you're ever missing someone, they'll be reunited. But he said you have to come back after 1 week, which is like, okay, Beast, like, we're having some fun. Love you, but like, I want to choose to like either, go or stay, okay? Like, I would love to come back. I've never been happier, but like, please don't give me an ultimatum. So anyways, she went home, days passed, everything returned to normal. The dad's like, oh my god, he's a monster, and he's like, he's not a monster, but she's like, I gotta get back, and he's like, not today, and so before long, a week passed, and she broke her promise. Oh my god. Like, she broke her promise to return to this guy where, like, she doesn't live with, isn't married to. Like, there's no reason why she needed to promise him anyways. But she woke up and she realized that her heart was breaking. Oh, before I move on, I also wanted to, I didn't point this out. In the library, there's another portrait of the Beast, but he's, like, looking off to the side like he's watching her. So, like, did this guy commission someone to, like, make a portrait of him as the Beast? Like, in the Disney version, it was a portrait of him as a person. She woke up and she realized his heart was breaking. And she's like, I need to go back to my poor Beast. And then she goes and she went running through the castle, and then she found him looking very weak and sad, and she's like, you must not die, I cannot live without you, I love you. Which, did she say? So he's like dying of a, Beauty woke up realizing his heart was breaking because she hadn't returned. Oh, that very night she had a nightmare that he was dying, so he like literally was dying of a broken heart. And as Beauty's tears fell on him, he became a handsome prince, and then like breaking the curse of a witch, but like, fun fact, like, he was cursed by this witch, like, let's just forget that. Like, it doesn't matter. He was cursed by a witch. Like, let's move on with the story. Come on. And then he asked if you will marry me, and she said, of course. And then the dad came to live at the castle and tended to the roses, because the Beast is like, dude, like, I can't let you stay here for free, but like, if you want to tend the roses that you like stole and started this whole thing, like, sure. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, he looks the same age as her father, and like, she's in love with him. How old is this Beast? But also, I can't draw, I know, shame, whatever, but like, what is with the, like, she looks like this too sexy doll, whatever. But then these, like, men in this, like, him and the dad, like, just, they look like gingerbread men. Like, with just, like, huge anime cartoon eyes. Like, look. So, on a scale of 1 to... I don't even... There's just not... Okay, I'm sorry. I can't even rate this. There wasn't a bad guy. There was no issue. The bad guy was her dad. Like, there was no... Like, she wanted to be with the Beast, and the Beast wanted to be with her, and they just was totally fine with their arrangement. But this wouldn't be a story without the dad selling her off to the Beast. So, like, I don't even think I can rate it. It's so bad. It just, like, doesn't, there's no story. I guess on a scale of 1 to Disney movies, it's worse than the worst movie you can think of. All right. Bye, Mockingbirds.